But you psych yourself up. You realize that you gotta man up. You can't just let her leave. You can't just let her log off without you saying something. So you man up. You're like, I can do this. I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna talk to her. I'm gonna date her. I'm gonna marry her, and it starts now. Like this. I'm gonna talk to her right now. So being a smooth, suave ladies' man that you are, formulate this witty, charming opening. Hey. What's up? 30 seconds goes by. 2 minutes. That's fine. She could be in the bathroom. 5 minutes. Starting to worry. 7 minutes. She logs off. It's like she got up from the bed, stabbed you in the chest, and just walked out of the room. But we're guys, right? So we have to reason this out. I mean, it couldn't just be that we're not that cool. We have to come up with some sort of rational explanation for the events that just transpired. So like you're at school the next day, and you figure out like some subtle way to bring it up to the girl. So you're like, oh hey, I saw you online last night. And she's a girl, so I mean she comes up with something, right? And she comes up with some ridiculous explanation. She's like, oh, I'm really sorry. My mom had to use the phone, so I had to get off the internet. Yeah, and as the guy, you're thinking, oh, the phone! Of course, why did I not think of the phone? She wasn't blowing me off. Oh! I still have a chance. And honestly, I've been falling for slight variations of that excuse ever since. Same general principle, fall for it every time. No, I honestly wish that rejection was that simple nowadays, but it's really not, and it's really tough. I went through kind of a messy breakup a few months ago. Yeah, I know it's tough, I can feel the love. But it actually wasn't my toughest breakup, not by far, but I mean, in the end, I don't think breakups are ever fun. Yeah, no, not fun. That's ridiculous. Too many people I know are in this room. But yeah, breakups are just so complicated. They are so exhausting, mentally, physically, emotionally exhausting. Which is weird when you think of it, because a lot of times they start off like so innocently. Like this one in particular, I was sitting there, I was watching TV, cuddles up next to me. She leans over and she whispers, hey, can you turn off the TV? Look at her, I'm thinking to myself, what? Why does she want me to turn on the TV? It's Wednesday. It's Wednesday at 6:30. I always watch TV on Wednesday at 6:30. This is my wind down from work TV time. I don't understand. Why do you want me to turn the TV off? She's like, I want to talk. Okay. Let's talk. It's like 2 hours later, people are yelling, screaming, throwing insults, crying their eyes out. I mean, she was pretty distraught too, I won't lie. Yeah. Did not take it quick. Trying to remember my act here. But, so you break up, for whatever stupid reason people break up for it. And I feel like I've had a lot of times that like you wake up the next day and you, for the life of you, you cannot remember why that relationship just ended. You're just sitting there and you're thinking, I have no idea what just happened. But at this point, you're thinking to yourself, okay, well, I was obviously upset about something, so I feel like I'm just going to have to go with my instincts on this one. Which is fine, and that's fine to end a relationship that way, not having any idea what happened. But, you know, there's no law against stupidity. I mean, we're men. We've been over this. We're not smart. But where it really starts to become a problem is when your friends start asking you about it. You know, because no one likes to talk about a breakup. Because, you know, somebody finds out that you broke up with a girl and they're like, oh my god, what happened? You guys were so great together. What happened? I'm really sorry about that. What happened? And what you're really thinking is like, fuck if I know. I don't know. I was sitting there. I was watching Everybody Loves Raymond because it was a Wednesday, and she told me to turn the TV off. And I woke up, and we were broken up, and that's pretty much all I remember. I had no fucking clue. But you can't say that, obviously. So you really just start coming up with these, like, vague relationship terms and phrases. You're like, oh, well, it was an affection thing, really. It really just came down to commitment, you know? You know, but you start telling, like, your little version of the events, your little account, your personal account of what went down. Because at some point you all realize that you're gonna have to come up with a version of this breakup that you can tell to people and have people still want to date you. You can't tell the truth. You can never tell the truth. I'm pretty sure my ex's account of the breakup reads something like the World War II chapter in a German high school textbook. It's like, the ruthless, savage Americans marched into Berlin, could not commit to a long-term relationship. But eventually, you just start not wanting to tell any story whatsoever. You know, you have a friend you have a friend that was away for a month, they come back, and they're just, like, equally surprised that it just happened. You're like, oh my god, what happened? You guys broke up, I'm so sorry. Again. If only CNN had written, like, an article about your breakup that you could just refer to, and the guy could read, like, the little bullet points on the top that you always go to because you don't want to read the entire goddamn article. It's like, Everybody Loves Raymond, broke up, woke up. That's pretty much all it took. The guy finds the article, he's like, oh, Mark broke up with this one? Like, oh, fuck, it's a video. Oh. I don't care anymore. But so it's like, you know, that doesn't happen. So you actually end up just being as vague as humanly possible. You start saying terms that could apply to any breakup in the history of relationships. And the vaguer that you get, the closer you get to, like, an actual Lifetime movie. It's like, well, what happened? What was the problem? Well, we were two souls going in different directions. It's like, what happened? Well, you know, life happened. Woke up, broke up, woke up again. I don't know. Okay, so let's review about this little breakup we've been going through here. You went from not having any idea to why you broke up in the first place to telling a fake story about it, and then getting so lazy as to not even wanting to tell the fake story anymore. So what do you do now? What's the next logical step in this relationship? You get back together with the person, obviously. No, I really think that's why so many people get back together. Because they cannot possibly, for the life of them, remember why they cannot stand to be in the same room with them. It's true. Because, you know, enough time passes, you talk about going back out, and you think you have everything fixed. You go through all the stuff you need to go through to get back together. 10-hour-long conversations that you have to prove that you've grown. You're a new person. The conversations that include phrases like, yes, honey, that is something I can work on. It is. She's just a friend. Nothing happened. I promise you.